Just a few tips on dressing up more about Jesus. It's a rather plain hymn. If you know your chords, look in the hymnal, and most of the song is made up of two different chords, the 1 and the 5. And then you'll see the 2 chord just twice in the whole song. And the 2 chord is A minor, which equals A, C, E. So even when I play this, I'm very challenged because I keep thinking, oh, this is so boring. You know, I'm trying to liven it up as they sing. So, and you have to be careful if you're trying to keep the 4-part harmony in the hymnal, trying to support that. You don't want to go outside of the chordal structure, the written chord structure of that piece, unless you're playing for unison or prelude or even as an offertory. So I kept within the chord frame, written chord frame of the hymn. The improvising tips I'm going to share with More About Jesus is for at least the intermediate student, a pianist that has a knowledge of their scales and chords within each key. Here are a few suggestions that I use when I go to improvise a hymn for congregation. First, I look at the time signature, the key signature, and then I think, how fast am I going? Because the faster you go, the less notes are needed. The slower the tempo, the more notes are needed to fill that time. So in this particular case, More About Jesus, my student plays it at a medium speed for her church. So that's my improvising will be geared to the medium speed. And also as I look at the piece, I look and see what chord I'm using in each measure. For me, knowing the chord frame you're in a song just unlocks just a long list of ideas, of improvised ideas that you can use. Because if you know what chord you're in, if you've played enough piano and played enough different arrangements for offertories, you learn there's different patterns you can use within a certain chord frame. And that just comes from a lot of exposing yourself to well-written music. And for me, that's how ideas started to flow. When I used to play for church, when I first started, and I played from different books for offertories, I would plug in ideas from offertories into my congregational playing, as long as it was feasible for congregational style. So here is a picture of my finished improvised version for the verse, just the verse. Playing for congregational music, I'm always trying to keep an energized tone to aid in the singing. I just want it to be lively. Just because it's an old hymn doesn't mean it's boring. For me, I love the old hymns and I want to bring them to life. So I'm just very fervent about adding notes that will help support the singing and liven it up a bit. Also, when you're playing, this goes for playing solos, congregationals, you might want to make sure you emphasize the appropriate beats. For example, in 6/8 time, the first and the fourth beat are the more emphasized beat, because if you emphasize every beat, you're going to sound this way. I'm using the same weight. But if you want to lighten it up and make it sound like it's more natural, more musical, like. Now what I can do now, I'm going to call out the beat as I play that short part again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Much more of a shapely tone. Okay, just to wrap this all up together as a review, you just learned some improvising ideas for a hymn in 6/8 time at a medium rate, and also remember to emphasize the first and fourth beat in 6/8 time for a more shapely tone versus a very mechanical sound. Another tip I needed to share with you right at the end here is when you are improvising, try to make sure your patterns are flowing into the next measure that you're approaching. You don't want it to feel disjointed to the hand. You want it to be like when I use some of my ideas, it's like notes straight in a row. You don't have to always have them straight in a row, but for congregational singing, it's more of a black and white scenario. It's not a time to add extra frills like you might use in a solo where you can just go all over the place and have, some extra time to add things. Where you're congregational, you need to keep a steady flow, always keeping that main beat flowing to encourage a steady beat. And it will keep the singers together. They'll follow you better when you can keep up a steady beat versus your ebb and flow extra that you might use on your own in a solo piece. I hope that made sense. So, I'll see you next time, right here, same station. Thanks. Bye. Oh, that just sounds so fake. Please remember to click like or share below the video. As a reminder, please remember to click like, share, or subscribe at the bottom of this video. Remember to click like, share, or remember to click like or share below this video or subscribe to receive more helpful videos such as this. I hope it was helpful. Talk to you later. Bye.